Welcome back to the Quarantine Cup 24, and I'm Truffles, and I'm here with
Seanahan.
and we're in the booth this week, so we're gonna be commentating some more games. Let's see who's in queue. Ooh, there's a Mick versus A Levy, I think.
They're on turn 9 right
Oh,
now.
they're playing so fast. Maybe we can see if Zyrex is playing anyone. Well, Zyrex is also playing. Tracer, they're on turn 8. We can, I guess we can hop in there and try to see what's going on. Or we can wait for Iris to have a table. Wait, didn't they just? No, okay. Let's do Iris and Kimmy 214.
Okay.
All right. Let me take a quick look at the standings. I might need a refresh. Looks like Zyrex has won 4 games, and so has Kimmy. So they're in the lead right now with no losses and 20 points. So we could definitely see Kimmy in the finals, which is exciting. The sport has no village, which is really sad. Um, there's I don't know. It's not a really interesting board. I guess you play with a conspirator stack. I think that's the best way to build econ. You can get kind of thin with lookout, and then oasis could be like cantrips for your conspirators. Though it's still a little bit awkward to try to activate conspirators. And there's plus buy, so maybe your terminal is just messenger. That being said, I could totally see like just playing like money-ish. Like,
Yeah, you have to start with 2 OACs in hand, or 2 OACs in your first 6 card every turn to get that stack to work at all.
yeah, I could see your terminal being squirrel too. Yeah, I agree with the Vor. Like, what you could do is that if you don't see messenger or your plus buy, you just end your turn with like a squirrel, um, so that you can like have better odds of hitting conspirator. And I guess lookout is also a cantrip, sort of. Um, that gets a lot more useless after.
Yeah, you end up squirreling it later on
Yeah.
if you can.
Oh yeah, for sure. Imps can help with the conspirator stack as well, but imps are a little bit awkward to pick up. Tormentor just kind of gets a little bit worse as you add more things to your deck, and it's sometimes not the best to sacrifice like playing all the other actions in your hand to just get that imp. It might be worth it.
It's sort of at odds if you're trying to build this stack where your deck has got tons of OACs and conspirators
Yeah.
and a messenger, and then you're giving all of it up to play a terminal tormentor as your first action, and you don't have that many treasures.
Yeah.
Um,
So yeah, like this hand for Iris 42, I don't think you skip playing Lookout or Oasis just for the imp gain. I think that's just too much of a loss. Um, yeah, I certainly agree with taking. Well, for Kimmy, I think it's a little bit less clear. Like, I think I actually like taking an imp as Kimmy here, and yeah, just you don't want to. I don't think. Okay, well, if you trigger the shuffle, you lose out on having 2 estates and a copper, which is really nice. But I think you do take this imp here and just pick up another oasis. Yeah, I think I like that play. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, I said this in the beginning. I don't know how fast just money would be. But I don't know how Young Witch, like, Young Witch wouldn't be that painful here. Yeah. I think the Conspirator deck, I have faith. I have faith in Conspirators. Um, it'll still take a while to get. Look, they get to activate.
Yeah, they found the dream draw.
Oh yeah, Envoy Money would probably be the money deck. It's hard. It's hard to see. It would certainly be a lot more interesting to see two players go for contrasting strategies, because like I'm not that sure what like, which one is better. Um, so I think Young Witch like I don't. Yeah, I agree with Steph there. It's just the problem with Envoy Money is that you're gonna get beat up by curses because you're not really playing with Oasis. I also think I would have taken Plus Buy there as Kimmy and taken Conspirator Oasis.
Yeah,
Um,
really don't want golds in this
yeah,
deck that they're building.
I could see Envoy Money beating the Conspirator deck. I don't think I can see Envoy Money beating the Young Witch deck. But I can also see the Conspirator deck beating the Young Witch deck. So it's really a little bit like rock, paper, scissors. It's not really clear to me, for sure. Diluted hurts a little bit. Yeah, this Conspirator doesn't activate. Like, if it doesn't activate and you're diluted, I would have just played that Conspirator as a squirrel.
Yeah, that actually seems like the best thing to have done.
Yeah, I don't really know what you pick up with 5 here. None of them seem like particularly good options. I just don't think the Young Witch deck would, like, I mean, it doesn't hand out curses, which makes it slightly worse. Yeah. Whoa, whoa.
I think I'm trying to find ways to use enhance here, and I'm not coming up with any.
Yeah, when I first saw it in hands, I was like, yeah, this thing is like really cool. But then I realized like it doesn't work on estates, and I'm like, okay, it's not that cool anymore. And then if there's no good twos to remodel your coffers into, it just gets a little bit more sadder.
Yeah. So for the record, Truffles is saying that Duchess is not a good 2. Is that correct? I'm not
Yeah,
taking that.
I don't like the Duchess here for sure.
Okay.
Um, the nice thing about Messenger is that it can discard your deck. Well, the problem is that if you're playing with a Conspirator deck, I think you still want to eye for like double province. So buying a single province doesn't inspire me too much. Enhance is okay in the Young Witch money deck. Losing your gold is a little bit sad though.
And the
Because,
Twitter to there feels really strange
yeah.
because I think you've got 3 terminals now in a deck that you're hoping to draw through fairly often. I think you really do want this deck to have a second imp. I just don't know, like, is it worth sacrificing a whole turn of productivity to get to it?
Yeah. This imp is gonna suck. I guess you play it as Tormentor, and you might even squirrel it because you see a lot of your Conspirators and Oasis. I don't know if it's going to be able to trigger a shuffle, but you might like want to trigger a shuffle anyways. But it's not clear to me. I don't think I'm like. I don't really like the Messenger unless they're skipping province and buying double Conspirator, which might be okay.
I mean, I think they've got a 1 province lead. Their deck is in similar shape to Kimmy's. But there's also an argument to be made, just go for provinces and trade provinces, and it's going to be hard for your opponent to double at any point.
Don't know what you're taking. I think you're just. I mean, province is reasonable, except that's okay. Okay, I thought they only gained 1 gold. That's kind of weird to me. It doesn't fit too well in the conspirator deck.
Yeah, they're going for the tricks with enhancing gold in the province.
Yeah. Is it even that much like easier to province by buying gold and enhancing? I don't think so.
Ooh, discarding the copper was not the correct choice.
Yeah. I mean, I don't
Unless
think you'll need the money anyways, so I think you just squirrel something. Yeah, I don't really get playing messenger. I guess you might discard your deck and that's maybe valuable, but I think it's just better to squirrel it. I actually okay. They they do very different they they did the same thing. They enhanced the tormentor, and I think they're gonna pick up a gold now too. Yeah.
I'm willing to bet Kimmy had no conception of that before that turn and saw the opponent do it and was like, this must be they must know something I don't. I better follow.
So we just saw, I think the first way of the squirrel. Oh, I like this enhanced though. I would pick up a conspirator. We just saw the first wave of the squirrel, I think, during the whole game. So hopefully that will push Kimmy to also do so if they have like a terminal left in their deck.
Yeah, Kimmy has an extra terminal over Iraz, I think. But Iraz has this thing now where they have plenty of money to buy a province, but a lot of stop cards in their deck they've got to keep searching to try to find
Yeah.
the messenger so they can do something other than single province. And they just chose to squirrel in single province, which seems pretty reasonable.
That seems good to me, yeah. I think Iris. Ooh, that's so sad. Oh my goodness. Oh wow, that's really painful. You squirrel, and then poverty is probably one of the most painful hexes. I don't think you keep the lookout though. I think you like play a little bit more risky, and you hope to draw an oasis, and then keeping the conspirator in hand. That's so sad. And I
They
also think,
replaced
sorry.
they replaced the conspirator with a gold. So
Yeah, but I also think you discard lookout there with oasis because I don't think
why
there's
did they?
any value in. Um, they could,
That's a spot where I reveal 2 golds in a province every time with that lookout.
yeah. Oh, yeah. I like this way. You just enhance the gold now. Yeah, Iris definitely looks very ahead.
So now Kimmy's got the kind of dream of this deck going.
Yeah,
And looks to be able to double here.
I think doubles. Oh, this is double. That's good. I don't think Iris will be able to double. It seems like it'll be very hard. Oh, and if you're curious, I looked up the match between E Honda and Nerdbound. It seems like they only finished 2 games in 2+ hours so far, which is
Honda played a 6-game match against J Nails yesterday that took 3.5 hours.
Nerdbound and E Honda played in the championship last year, and it was a over 5 hour match. So it was a very very long match. A 5 hour match is definitely interesting, but so I'm not that surprised.
Opposite end of the spectrum, many of my league matches take about 60-65 minutes.
Yeah, I think that's also kind of common. I know like Zyrex and stuff are particularly fast. Ooh, this wins. Like a win. Yeah, province estate. I think Iris should not have
province there and gone for the.
Yeah, I mean, if you're ahead, then you kind of make sure you can pressure them a little bit. Wandering Wanderer says, I think you province there, which I believe that probably might be correct. We can join Scary Snakes.
advanced from watching Quarantine Cup to playing in Quarantine Cup. Anyone else who's listening,
Yeah, go
where
play.
did you do that? Watch the video later.
Let's see. They are playing Crab Cat 2. Oh, there's donate on this board. Um, there's village. Oh, one of my favorite cards is procession. So that looks like a lot of fun, and there seems like to be. I think it's a pretty good procession board. Also given rogue. Um, Diplo. What is Diplo Chameleon Fun? Oh, it becomes like a 2 action 2 coin card. That's so cool. Oh, I didn't realize that interaction. Oh, I really don't like this cargo ship open. Yeah, I didn't realize that. That's very cool. I don't like the cargo ship because of donate. Mainly because like if you set aside something, then you lose that 2 econ for your donate turn, and you're generally not gonna be like if you donate and you have cargo ship, you're not gonna get the set aside effect anyways. So poorhouse chameleon, true, very true. I like what Crabcat did a lot. I liked that open. I think
I don't
the
know.
sorry.
I don't know if I ever like. I don't know if I could bring myself to open Poorhouse, even if it seems like it's the correct action.
Yeah, it's a little bit like weird, but especially with Way of the Chameleon, it gets quite good. As Scary Snakes, I just donate here. Yeah, Scary Snakes also
Nothing.
looks similarly in shape. Um, the question is, do you set aside cards with this cargo ship? I think I would take a horn now. Um, it certainly
Yeah, because
seems better than anything else.
your deck can support large amounts of diplomats.
Yeah, you definitely don't set aside here. Um, you don't need the, but also you don't really need the economy anyways. So from cargo ship, this board is very cool. I actually like both their positions right now. Um,
Yeah, Scary Snake seems half a turn ahead, maybe, with the cargo ship.
yeah, I think you take Horn and Diplomat here without looking too far ahead. It could be Margrave. It doesn't excite me. Um, I think they're both ahead. Yeah. Okay, I realize there's a slight flaw in my argument. I don't like the village. I don't think you need it. I do
Unless
like,
they're going to do procession
yeah. I
shenanigans.
I think I would have preferred diplomat to the village. I think it's just better than village for the current state of the deck. But like I can like this is oh I don't like the cargo ship. I don't see what the cargo ship really does for you. Um, for from Crabcat too. Yeah, they had 6, right? 6 I would have liked, or sorry, they had 3 from their Horn of Plenty. Oh, okay. I guess a cargo ship is better than village. I don't know. Margrave, that's reasonable, and I think I still want another diplomat. Rogues, I definitely want some rogues soon. There's just a lot of cards that I want. Um,
I'm trying to find a line where you do a procession chain,
oh, so
processions and villages to diplomats to rogues. The
wait,
rogues you gain back your villages and diplomats, and
this is a dud, right? For scary snakes?
no, they have a Margrave on the mat
No, I mean
on the cargo ship.
like they can only play 1 action this turn, and
No,
then
the diplomat chameleon gives the +2 actions.
no, it doesn't because it you'll have 5 cards in your hand because of the cargo ship Margrave.
Ah,
Wow, that's so costly. See, I tell you, cargo ship bad card. Never open cargo ship. Yeah, this is a dud. The awkward thing, at least like with the car. Oh wait, what? Now I'm confused.
it says 5 or less, so after playing it, they were still down to 5. Normally, when you play a diplomat, I guess you drop to 6.
Oh, okay, then I'm just mistaken. Whoops.
It is, I agree, quite complicated, that interaction.
Yeah. Okay, so then they're definitely ahead. Okay, now I can say it correctly. Scary Snakes is ahead, and I think Crowd Cat is a little bit behind.
Yeah. And the Poorhouse has gotten to be pretty bad for both of their decks. But it did a lot of good work early on.
Yeah, this is very far behind. Yeah, I agree with that. I want some more draw. I want a procession now, I think. Also, I think the game is gonna end itch soon. I want a procession. I want a village, and don't think I want another horn. I just feel like the horn just is a little bit greedy. You're so ahead that like one dud turn could really like help Crabcat pull out on top. The nice thing about Rogue is that it can gain back the trashed horns. So that's like really nice. Yeah, because you trash your horns and you can gain them back with Rogue. So the horn split isn't that like critical. So you don't need to focus on like denying your opponent horns for that matter. You just want to prevent a dud. So procession looks good to me. Oh, they already used up all of their horn gain, so yeah, I don't like the third horn gain. Oh, I don't like that at all. Yeah, that just doesn't seem good to me. I mean, Crowdcat is behind anyways. That it might not matter. This just seems not so good. Seems very greedy.
The procession also lets Crabcat add stuff, add the rogue, add start to do the looping kind of things that procession does.
Yeah. Um. I guess you play this poorhouse now. You don't. I don't think you actually need the actions from Diplomat. You might want that $2 from Diplo. I don't actually know what's in their deck. Feels like they don't have a lot of things. It's just a bunch of horns. Rogue should gain back another Diplo, maybe. I think that's the only thing you can do.
Yeah. And I'd be looking to add more draw and more processions here to try to get. They're just going strictly for the rogues. Let's check that rogues are indeed draw with Way of the Chameleon.
So Crabcat is looking at a dud, right? This time I'm not confused with any special Way of the Chameleon stuff. That's a dud, I think.
Yeah. And Scary Snakes drawing all of their horns. I've not done a uniqueness check. I do not believe that they have 8 uniques in their deck at this point.
No, I don't think so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I count. Yeah, looks like 6. Oh, this is so many horns.
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
consider getting a whole bunch of diplomats and I guess rogues processions with some mixture of those to try to guarantee.
I like Wandering Wander's comment. So I don't know. What do you add now? Whoa, why not play the diplo? Oh, okay, diplomat. Diplomat wouldn't activate.
the only guaranteed thing I'm thinking is they want to get two more uniques as a result of this. But beyond that,
More villages for sure, because I just don't think you want a dud. Um, yeah, for sure. I agree with Wandering
they have,
Wanderer.
they have 7 games, so they could get 4 villages and several uniques. But
Okay, this resign was completely reasonable. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, they were just way behind. Um, let's see. Wharf Rat. I think they've just started.
I will be right back.
All right. Let's see. What do we have here? There's Fieldom, which has no good silver gainers. There's lots of alt VP with Wild Hunt and Encampment. There's Count Duchess super combo. Oh, there's the Duchess Vassal combo, top tier quality. Um, yeah, it looks like a very good board for building. The only thing that I don't see is plus buy, which makes the building a little bit harder. At least trying to reveal the encampments will take a little bit of time. But like, I guess if you're not playing with hunts or like encampments and plunders, you just don't have to touch provinces, and yeah, you can get thin pretty quickly. This is not a good hand for Wharf. I also don't really think I like the double encampment open. I think it's kind of weird. Um, uh, embargo would mm, embargo would be pretty tough against the hunts.
As the goal to use count to get early gold so you can keep the encampments around. I'm not quite sure what
Yeah,
the strategy here is.
I don't think you want the early gold per se. Like I want a count. Okay, they have the count, I guess. I don't know. This build order is definitely a little bit non-trivial. Skipping the encampment play is okay. I don't know if you get rid of the necropolis. It's a little bit of a close call to me.
There's encampments, there's coin of the realm, so
The only reason I say that is that it's since it's single buy, it can get a little bit difficult to I don't know, gain villages when you would rather buy like Wild Hunt or something like that. Also, I think you take one coin now. I don't think I want the encampment. Just because I think you're not going to be able to hit gold anyways, that the encampment kind of does nothing right now.
yeah, Warpride debating whether or not to play the castle.
Vassal is okay. I don't know. The vassals are a little bit awkward for me. Oh, I haven't also been really paying attention to what Falibora is doing. Um, let's look at the trash. They seem relatively. Oh, Warfrat definitely seems a lot cleaner, I think. Um, I definitely want a coin now. Oh, he's gonna have really big troubles with economy right now. No, no, okay. For that step, I think I definitely take the encampment because I want the gold. It just feels like they've spent a little bit too much turns on getting fully clean. That like starting to like add those like cards that'll give you alt VP and actions is just gonna be really costly because you can only gain one action card a turn. Folivora for sure looks ahead to me. I think Warfrat just spent too much time bothering with the encampments that like they're kind of one shot, and now your deck is like doesn't have a lot of things in it, which is why I also wanted to keep the Necropolis. It's just because it's like a village that you don't have to like buy. Yeah, those encampments just didn't do much.
Yeah, now Warframe has to go back and get a early level piece on turn 10. Um, and Folivora is kind of unfortunate bottom deck their village, but can top deck a Wild Hunt with the count and buy a gold or um,
Didn't
something.
didn't Warfrat buy? What did he buy? He bought a coin over farming village. That seems weird to me. Maybe you want balanced coins, but I think I would have taken the farming village over the coin.
It seems like you can play with the farming village. The advantage you can play every turn, but you have to have it in your hand. Which, given Warfrat's small deck size, it's clear they're going to be drawing it every turn.
Farming, yeah, I think I prefer the farming village as well. Maybe that's wrong, and maybe you want like balanced coins, but it's yeah, not very clear to me.
Shark Hockey asks if getting rats and then account to trash the rats is that a real thing?
I don't think so. Like if you're like it's kind of spinning, right? If you're using the rats to trash the coppers and then you use the count to trash the rats, then why don't you just use count to trash the coppers? Like it feels like you're adding like an intermediary there that doesn't actually improve them, like increase the amount of cards in your, or sorry, decrease the amount of total cards in your deck in the final state. I don't know if that made sense.
Yeah, I don't think the math of it is generally going to work out favorably. I think it ends up being, as you said, it ends up being back again to where it started. So you needed the same amount of draw to do what you did, and the difference was one turn you bought a 4 cost, one turn you bought a 5 cost. And the effect of your deck in the middle seems like it could be problematic. I think given some other supporting cards, it could be easier to get to work.
Yeah. It's gonna be very difficult. Like one thing that I also don't like about the Warfrat deck is that the vassals are like bad. I think it's just you rather have coins and farming villages because in your end deck, like you don't actually need that much econ. So having like 10 vassals isn't that much better than having like you know a few silvers, especially if they don't cost actions. But yeah, we can watch Mick versus Crabcat, I think.
They're on turn 8.
Okay, then maybe not so much. Um,
I think Folivora is joining IRAS 42.
we can also watch Apo because I don't think we've watched a game from them yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll wait in. I'll wait in their table. Let me check the E Honda Nerdbound score. So mainly because I'm their division moderator, league moderator. So that's my excuse for checking the match score during Quarantine Cup, even though it's not a good one.
Yeah, so we're not, we don't have someone else in the queue. I don't know if we want to jump over to IRAS Folivora, who are just starting.
Yeah, I guess we can do that.
Sometimes it can take a couple of minutes to find a game, depending on how many players there are and where all the other games are.
Yeah. It looks like they are game turn one, so yeah, that's probably good match to start with.
So we have Village Green and a bunch of ways to react with Village Green.
Yeah, Village Green
Forum.
is a very cool card. I don't know, like, I don't know how I feel about it yet, but it's very cool. Also, 5/2. I don't think I like opening Forum. Um, I think I prefer Patron Slay. You like, or Wandering Winder likes the Forum open. I just feel like it doesn't do much for you. But
Yeah. So Goon's attack is less good with Village Green, obviously, and Courtier is a lot better because Village Green's 3 types, so that gives you a lot of power.
yeah,
Honestly, I think you still probably want Goons because the other effects are pretty strong. And in the end, there's not a ton of draw here other than Forum Village Green, so that's kind of what you're looking forward to.
yeah, and there's Slay too, for horses. Yeah, I just feel like the Forum is kind of like in a way where it's like, I don't know, it just kind of cycles an extra turn for you, but doesn't do much. I think you want Forums eventually, but I'm not a huge fan of like this specific type of build order. I do think the patron, like early villager, early econ helps a lot, and it happens to be one of my favorite cards, so I'm slightly biased in that sense.
Mm-hmm. And Courtier does say reveal on it. So that gives you an extra coffer if you reveal Patron to it, if you don't have a Village Green in hand, which is nice.
This Village Green is gonna get to see some action.
Yeah, I imagine we're going to see the Village Greens and go down very quickly, the forums really quickly.
Yeah,
And as Mary Winter pointed out, the Slay is um,
I would have liked to see that Village Green next turn. I think maybe you want to keep it in your next shuffle so that your form can find it. But yeah, I definitely want a Goons now.
I was thinking forum Slay, but Goons feels good as well.
Yeah, I like Goons a lot, and I think the attack is nice when your opponent only has one Village Green, so you're a lot more likely to like hit their hand size. And I think that's how you're going to be scoring eventually. So
Yeah, I mean certainly the you want plus buy so you can get Village Greens and Slays and forums. And Tower is also going to be some points, but Goons is a way that you can get ahead with more buys. I kind of suspect the game to end on Village Green, Slay, and Forum piles.
yeah, but I definitely want the Goons first. I think the buy is nice. Like I want to buy some Slays and some Village Greens, because Slays are draw and they're nice. I don't know. It just I would have liked one there. This is not a good hand for Folivora. Like seeing 3 estates in your opening hand is not it's not super great. But this I think I want to see Goons now. Like there's no way you can skip Goons on this board. Like yeah, I think that's just how you're gonna score. No, no, no. Like I'm not saying you skip Goons. I'm saying you don't skip Goons. You want a lot of them. And you want a lot of Village Green, of course. The build order is just non-trivial.
Yeah. I'm thinking about Slay. Slay, when you really decompose it, it is net effect of drawing a card overall, or at increasing hand size by 1. You need the actions to make that happen, which you should have with the Village Greens and you need to be able to get through to see those horses, which you should be able to do at the forum. So it does seem like Slay is going to contribute to draw here, going back to Wandering Winter's point from much earlier on. But, the goons are going to be worth the victory points, and I think the attack is going to be pretty strong.
Yeah. Yeah, that was kind of weird. Also, why does he have a gold? Oh, okay, courtier. Okay, that makes sense. I was like, I would be very confused as to if he bought the gold. Yeah, I don't know if you take gold. Um, yeah, I don't like the courtier either. I think there's just so many better cards than courtier. Goons is, I, um, I could see like Village Green Slay here. I do definitely want more Village Greens in the deck.
I think Courtier is one of those things where you see that there are two cards that are really good, Village Green and Patron, with it, and you think, oh, the synergies. And you don't sort of compare, you're comparing Courtier against Courtier and other kingdoms, not against Forum or Goons on this kingdom.
Yeah, I mean, like, I just don't like these golds. Like, I feel like they're just junk cards. And that might be like a really hot take. Actually, I think it's a mild take. I think it's a cold take. Actually, golds are bad in this kingdom, especially before you have deck control. Like, they're not even close to drawing well. It's probably hard to draw your deck, though not impossible. But it's hard to draw.
If you watch
well.
any of Jay Nail's videos on iLeague, pretty much every game he's saying, why are they buying golds? Why are they buying golds?
I don't. Yeah, golds are not bad early. I just don't like the courtier. I feel like there could have just been better options.
But Ira is able to do the Village Green Forum thing twice in one turn, which is nice. Still, they're going to be able to get, add 2 more cards to the deck. I would be thinking Forum Village Green. I think the chat is going to be saying potentially another Goons Village Green. Both seem reasonable. Me, especially because they're not drawing decks, they're not seeing their Goons every turn, which is helping their opponent's deck. But also, if they can get multiple Goons in play, then they can gain a lot more VP and gain a lead.
Yeah. More Forum Village Green. Yeah, that seems fine.
And again, both those piles getting low, and the Slay pile can also run pretty fast. And with Tower, they need to start being careful about what the point situation is in the game.
More Village Green discards. I feel like the deck is getting to a nice stage where we can see more actions in play.
Yeah, and one would imagine at some point they want to consider next turning some of these Village Greens. They haven't seemed to do that at all this game. But similar choice. They had 10 and 2 buys last turn. They have 9 and 2 buys this turn. They're just plowing through the forums and Village Greens. I will note to the pedants on YouTube that I do know that the plural of forum should probably be fora.
Is it actually fora? Forums? I believe you. It's
The
also
Latin word,
field out, right? Like,
yeah,
um,
it's a Latin word, so in theory, it should be fora. I believe it's platina in the client, even. So I'm aware of Latin
is it?
civilization,
I think it's
but
field out because I've seen it in like the end game screen that it says field out. Um, so yeah, this is a lot of actions. I want more goons now. It looks like they're at least sifting through their deck pretty successfully. Um,
yeah,
oh yeah, I think I remember seeing that in the Shuffle IT Discord server as well. Someone was like, "This is wrong," and I am upset, or something like that. I don't think they were actually upset, but I do remember something like that happening.
so yeah, now that they're drawing through the deck, it certainly seems like the second goons is in order, and the village green. Um, they did miss some money, pointed out by the chat, but I don't think they would have bought different things if they had an extra money. And for those tracking the tower points, they ended up even on tower points. So they ended up evenly splitting or having the same number of 4-up plus village greens. So the goons VP is the difference right now, and that IRAS has the second goons, which increases their ability to score quickly.
Yeah, they missed the money by not discarding the forum. Yeah, did they actually end up needing it?
As I said, I don't. I think if they had one more money, they still would have bought goons village green. And they drew 2 village greens, living the dream.
I wonder what the third pile is gonna be. I could see it like piling on sleighs, maybe. I think it's just gonna be goons, right? Because you want to buy like I'm surprised only goons are gone. I definitely want to play with more. Um, like it's just such a good source of alt VP. So yeah, it's definitely gonna. I would be a little bit surprised to see any provinces bought, unless like a player was trying to overcome like a large-ish VP lead. What are the cards at the bottom for Iris? I think some village greens and forums, maybe. I think they have one more forum. 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe one forum and one village green is down there.
Yeah, so
More,
slightly upward
yeah,
price point here.
more goons. Goons fisherman sounds good. Yeah. See, Steph and I are on the same page. I'll give you a virtual high five. Um, fisherman goons sounds, yeah, really good. Close enough. Oh, I don't like the courtier. At least I like it much less than the. I mean, I don't want the golds at this point. Fisherman certainly seems a little bit better to me. The courtier is just a little bit underwhelming. I
Build
feel
up coffers.
maybe like the buy is nice from courtier because you can I don't know pick up some extra slaves or coppers.
Yeah, I would have even considered a snowy village if you cared that much about buy. And given the number of villagers they have, if they have some bad draw where they have to play it early in the turn, they can get around that. So the difference, I guess, Folivora's got a lot more money in their deck and is able to buy more things because of the golds, but they're not able to draw through their deck as well. We're seeing sort of the difference in strategies with regards to having the golds versus not having the golds. And I don't think Iraz can get to 18, so they don't really have any pressure on ending the game, whereas Folivora can get to 18 with
Yeah.
good draw.
Can they get to 18? I think it's within the realms of possibility. How much is this? 6, 8, 10 plus. This is. Oh, this is close. This is 15. Well, not that close. 15 is. Oh, but if you reveal a patron, it's 16. That's really cute. Yeah. Iris is way ahead. Well, it depends on what he does. Isn't it 18? 2, 4, 6, 8. I count 16. Oh! Mind blown. I forgot about the sleigh interaction. Yeah, put the gold to hand. Someone else missed the win like that before. Yeah. So it was a win. I don't think you can touch the goons pile now. I mean, buying 3 goons and some coppers is okay. Yeah, so Iris had a missed win, like Steph pointed out. It's a cool win.
Quite a bit trickier to find than the one Mick missed earlier.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the states pile out. I don't know what you take here as Iris. I could see like goons. No, I don't like the double goons. It just feels a little bit risky. Maybe it's still okay. It's Folivora would need something like goons, double province, and some like copper guys. I don't really know the contents of their deck, but
yeah, it is a lot. There are a lot more golds in it. I think is the difference.
But yeah, this is just a dud. I don't know why Folivora's deck actually started failing. Yeah. Well, now you do like province, I think. Oh, yeah, that's kind of weird. That gives a little bit less search space for your forum. Well, I don't know if I actually take the estate. Maybe you desperately need those VP anyway, but anyway, in any case, you're playing for a dud. So.
Yeah, and it does not appear like that's going to happen. And they've got it in hand with the Courtier.
Yeah. Yep. Good game. I really like this board. It's Forum Village Green is a lot of fun to play with. Oh, a Kanye resign just before the goons buy. All right, let's see who's in queue. I think there's like about 15 minutes left before the finals. So let me take a look at the standings. I'll need to refresh.
And yeah, Xerix.
Wow, 6-0. That is a very crazy
Tracer
score.
and Mario. And then Folivora and Kimmy are tied with 19 points.
Yeah.
Both have 5 wins, 2 losses, and have not played each other.
Yeah.
So you might get some free Dominion.
Some free Dominion. I am always down for free Dominion.
We'll have a quarterfinals.
But it also seems that after the 3-hour Q Cup concludes, there will still be more E-Honda and Nerdbound game to watch. Let's watch Element Mario and Folivora. I don't think I've watched Element Mario play for a while, or like at least not during this Q Cup. Ooh, Shepherd. I do not like Shepherd.
And Castles as well, which is.
Oh. Okay.
I've never tried to make that deck work, but it seems like it supports it.
Yeah, I think Castles would be pretty cool. I've seen like a Menagerie plus Castles board, which is really fun to spectate because every card in your deck is like a unique. After getting rid of like the coppers and the states. So I think it would have been good to open like enhance for peasant and then take a shepherd. Like I think I really like that open. Um, it certainly increases the odds that your shepherd sees more estates. So they both open. They don't both open scavenger. I like Element Mario's open a little bit more. I like having that shepherd in the deck. Um,
Yeah, I've played against Scavenger, and it's just like they draw they play it every time, they hit their travelers every time, and then sometimes you play it and it doesn't work at all. You draw it in the same hand, you draw it dead. It
yeah,
seems like a small kind of play.
I think Scavenger is a little bit better with page lines, especially with like limited villages, because getting champion down is like pretty important. But for peasant lines, like most of the time they end in like disciple games, which means like no one like switches to teacher. And then if you're like accelerating your like teacher line too quickly, what do they call traveler line too quickly, then you don't have enough actions in your deck to disciple anyways. So then you get the disciple really early, but then you start like having to focus on acquiring actions so that there's actually a disciple target. So there's not like as much upside trying to accelerate your disciple line if you don't have like one deck controller to like you know enough action density.
And what even do you want to be putting tokens on? I guess the shepherd pile and the encampment pile, or maybe the peddlers?
I don't know. Like plus card on peddler certainly would be nice, but I could just see not playing. Maybe you do get t-shirt. I think it all depends on how the game goes. I'm not too sure. Archive is certainly really nice, especially for shepherd type of games.
Yeah, and Folivora has a very, very sad uh, next hand coming up.
Oh really? Why?
3 terminals.
Oh no. Yeah, they have fugitive. Oh wait, fugitive, right? They have a fugitive down there.
Oh, they advanced okay, so they advanced the soldier, so now they have two
They
terminals.
they
Not as
advance the soldier. Oh, advance. Okay,
they
advance is also like an event, and I was like, wow, they like killed their soldier. That's for what?
exchanged. I will use the proper verb.
Yeah, no, no, no,
The
it's fine.
soldier.
Like,
Uh, that's
yeah.
all going to miss the next shuffle after playing the fugitive. I was even thinking from that archive, you might just want to take the estate and then alms for something and guarantee your next turn would be a little bit better. The chat in the form of Steph suggests almsing for a peddler or a shepherd, which seems reasonable. Is there a circumstance under which you can put a teacher token on the castle pile?
Yeah, so it would have to be like opulent or small castle on top, and then you can put a token on there, and then like every, castle that you play will have that token benefit. It's similar to like encampment and plunder. If you're able to put the token while encampment is there, then plunders get whatever kind of benefit encampments do.
Because I thought it was only based on what the top card was.
No, it's the whole pile. Wait, no, I'm pretty sure it works for a teacher as well, because if you add pathfinding to encampment, which is huh?
Encampment is the top card of the pile.
Oh,
I'm not sure. So that is something. But it has to be the right castle. And then yeah, and it doesn't seem like either of them are going for castles at this point.
okay, I believe you. The question first off is, can you put a teacher token on the opulent, like on the castle pile if like small castle is on top? Okay, then I lied. That's weird. I thought you would be able to. I guess it's not an action supply pile. And okay, only action piles are if the top card is an action. That makes sense.
So again, the scavenger feels pretty bad, colliding with another card that you'd like to be able to play. But 2 peddlers feels pretty nice. As potential targets for, yeah, the plus card token feels like the best for peddlers. I was trying to think if you could put plus card on Shepherd and get a bunch of castles and then go through the deck really quickly.
This is a nice draw for Element Mario. I think you definitely take the copper here because I think you want the states to come into hand for your Shepherd. I could see. I don't know what you take here. You're gonna have a fugitive disciple next turn. So maybe you want another shepherd and an encampment. I like shepherd I like peddler and shepherd is what I would like. I don't think I like the archive as much.
Do you have any thought of getting a gold there with the peddler? So you can keep the encampment.
I think I do want a gold eventually, but not now. Not. I want to just add a little bit more action density for my disciples first. At least that's what my gut reaction is. That I don't want the gold now.
Fulivore has 11.
Yeah.
It doesn't want to get a province, so.
Well, yeah, peasant is only the plus buy here. That's another reason why I didn't want the gold last turn is that Element Mario is gonna end up in a similar place where he's only gonna have one buy. So I don't know if I would want to just buy one encampment. It's only like a little bit better once you have like a plus buy and then you can pick up encampments because they're cheap. I'm not sure I would pick up an encampment even if I had a gold. Like I would probably prefer an archive this turn for Element Mario. Maybe look at exchanging because I think the plus buy is gonna be good, but I don't know where you would put it on. The plus buy is like really nice because like you can just like start picking up free peddlers and that's like a great pile to put any type of token on. So maybe this is a teacher board, just because plus buy is like really annoying when it's just peasant. Yeah, I think so.
There's a mental block that one has when you have 11 money, essentially buying something that costs 2.
Yeah.
That I realize it's not a real thing. It's just like in my mind, I feel really terrible. And like there are games when I'll be like, oh, I'll just get a province here, even though I know it's not the best thing because I feel so bad about spending 11 money or 10 money on a 2 cost. But I think Fulivore did the right thing, and whether the peddler or peasant was better there, I'm not 100% sure. Although it looks like they've got teacher top deck, so they're going to be able to get plus buy on peddler.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Although it looks like there's only. Oh, the time is almost up. So maybe we will. No, not maybe. So we should get a sense of like the final 4 soon. I'm just gonna take a quick look at the standings. It stayed the same so far.
Yeah, it looks like Dirix and Tracer, Element Mario. If they win this game, they're in. If they lose this game, I believe they're going to be in anyways. And Fulivore needs to win this game to be in.
Yeah.
Fulivore loses, and Apostolosa Ruler beats Mick, then Apostolosa Ruler could get in as well.
Yeah. So it's still lots of possibilities. Let me delete some repeated results I've seen. I haven't been following results like submissions, and I'm just gonna, if there's any like repeat, like someone submitted a result twice, I'm just gonna delete that in case that messes up the standings.
Okay. Possible Ruler did just get the win against Mick.
Oh, nice.
The is buying alms here. I assume they're thinking between peddler and peasant. Given that they're for alms for the peasant, which seems to me to indicate that they're not going to put the plus buy token on peddler. They're going to put plus card on peddler, I guess, and then use peasant for plus buy.
Yeah, that looks reasonable. So apparently, according to A Libby, there are no duplications that I need to worry about. Just good. I I didn't pay attention. I didn't pay enough attention to the result reporting section, so I think someone cleaned that up for me. So thank you, whoever did. Quarantine mod. I think you do put plus buy on peddler. It seems good.
They just alms for a peasant last turn instead of a peddler, which leads me to believe that if you were going to put plus buy on peddler, I would have assumed you took another peddler there.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think you gotta put plus buy on peddler anyways. I think that peasant is just weird. If you're gonna put plus buy on peddler, given how many peddlers there are, I definitely want to have that plus buy now. Like Folivora could totally just empty out the peddlers this turn, or at least get close to it. And that's just really nice. And encampments are pretty cheap, so I think the plus buy is gonna come into handy anyways. Okay, I don't think I like the plus card on Shepherd. Yeah, I don't think I like it very much because I don't think, given the hand like that Folivora started with, I don't think he would have had that much trouble drawing. Apostoloso Ruler says go 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 go, Element Mario 222. Yeah, wrong token, wrong pile. I definitely wanted to put something on Peddler. Yeah, I think the extra buys are going to be really helpful. And this game doesn't look like it's going to be close to piles anyway, so the plus buy will carry you for a long time, and any sort of like early game advantage is going to be helpful.
So the match situation is Xerix and Tracer are in. If Element Mario wins, they're in, and we'll play Apostoloso Ruler against the Go Go Go.
Okay, I see.
If Folivara wins, they're in, and Element Mario and Apo are tied.
Okay.
And I believe Element Mario beat Apo in their match, and they would have an equal number of games. But the mods could check my math on that.
No, I really appreciate you doing the math that I don't want to do. Apple is, I assume, referring to Apostoloso Ruler. I find Apple like I feel like when I pronounce it, it sounds weird, so I always pronounce the full thing. Yeah. So Element Mario is still in game right now. Is that what's happening? Is that the case? I guess is. I will.
The game we're currently watching.
Oh right, okay, yes, we're watching Element Mario 222. This makes sense. Okay, I got confused. It's been a long game and a long couple of hours. I actually pulled up my spectator account and I was gonna start spectating Element Mario 222. I'm glad I don't have to do that. Let's see. Thought I had the chance to tie for fourth, haha, before the final games came in. Yeah, but I think you did really well this week, Kimmy. So that's kudos to you, and come back next week and try to make it into the finals. Yeah, I think the top four look pretty set, right? Unless I'm mistaken.
Yeah, there's just a question of whether it would be
Volleyball,
Polar
Element Mario.
or
Yeah. Okay. Did Element Mario manage to get their teacher down? Ooh, that sucks. Not getting your teacher down. I don't know if it's because they slightly misplayed it, such that it didn't optimize for drawing deck. But once you like, teacher is a little bit slow, and you want to get it down as soon as possible to kind of reap the benefits, because delaying it another turn or another turn is going to be a little bit costly. But this doesn't look like a good hand for. Oh no, this is okay. You just take the shepherd here as Folivora and
I
draw.
thought it was
Wait a minute. That is very surprising to me. I am also confused. I definitely wanted to play the teacher. I think there is so much upside of getting like, I don't know, plus coin or plus buy next turn. I don't know. This is kind of weird.
I was surprised last turn when they archived the disciple and didn't disciple the shepherd.
Yeah,
Um,
a little bit strange, for sure. This looks like
Guard
the
of shepherd, you are fine taking as many
yeah
as you can. You really want to play the disciple every turn and the teacher every turn. Those are the two most important things to play.
yeah. I don't know if you play the encampment or you disciple the peddler. I think both look okay. Probably discipling the peddler is a little bit better. Um, I guess you toss scavenger here because you have a shepherd set aside, and you probably want to maximize draw. Mm,
Yeah, because you want to get back around to see that teacher.
yeah. As Element Mario, I think you take the last peddler. Gold enhance. Gold would be for keeping encampments. Uh, but given that you have kind of disappearing buy right now, unless you're eyeing for plus buy token on I don't know, shepherd or peddler, the gold doesn't help that much. Gold is
Yep.
useful. Yeah, I'm on board with this gold. Yeah, 3 turns. Okay, honestly, the last turn from Folivora was very, very odd. And I think because it was so costly of a turn, it was essentially kind of a dud because, like, they just discipled the peasant and purchased the peasant. Um, that it really helped Element Mario get ahead. Um, um, I just think the plus guard on Shepard is just kind of suboptimal, and it's kind of catching up to Folivora. I don't think I disciple the soldier. I think I take disciple the peasant and take encampment gold because you're a little bit constrained on actions. Ooh,
It almost feels like they're going to put plus action on Peddler, which feels like not a fun thing to have to do.
yeah, I don't like plus action on Peddler. Like it just seems a little bit underwhelming. Like yeah, Element Mario, I think a few kind of consecutive suboptimal ish decisions by Falibora has let Element Mario pull ahead. So, like Apostoloso Ruler said, go, 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 Element Mario. Maybe had he said go, 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 Falibora, this would have been a completely different situation. Obviously, Apostoloso Ruler is like rigging the thing. Um, oh, spends $3 on an enhance.
Enhancing the scavenger into gold.
I don't like province at all. There's also like a great source of out VP here in the castles pile, and like shepherd to support drawing like sifting through castles. That I think if you take province, you're just going to be further lost. But this just makes no sense, right? If you disciple the soldier, had you discipled the peasant instead, you could have bought gold encampment. Well, the thing is that like province doesn't do much for you. It helps you draw a little bit more, but you don't really need the help of drawing at this point. You just like you want more money and you want more buys. I think you do want to play with castles eventually. Province, like even if you're ahead or not, like I would prefer playing with castles. Card on Peddler, yeah, looks a little bit mediocre. I agree.
But lines up the disciple with the encampment and the gold, which
I mean, especially
really nice.
yeah, but it looks okay for winning, but it feels also a little bit suboptimal, especially when you got to start your hand with like disciple encampment. I could have seen like putting plus buy on encampment and then eventually putting plus coin or plus card on peddler. I just think I want the plus buy now.
Yeah, probably enhancing for another peasant.
Does it give you more encampments? Okay. Well, if you get to draw up the peasant, it gives you an extra encampment. But now it's a little bit awkward because you have to keep this peasant or buy a new one. Or else you're just not going to get plus buy next turn. Like, yeah. Let's see what Folivora does. I suspect my gut suspicion is that it's going to be plus coin on Peddler. Oh. Okay. Plus action on Peddler is very weird to me. Because that, I mean, is that. So then you're keeping the peasants around, I assume, for the buy. But then is it even better than just putting plus buy on like a card? Like Peddler or Archive? Archive is a bad target.
I thought, yeah, they were over terminal last turn, but now they have a disciple again, so they're not going to be over terminal. So it didn't seem like they didn't need the action this turn. One assumes they're going to buy peasant and
Yeah, putting
peasant
I
and
yeah, I agree with Mick there. Like putting action on a card you have a single copy of that you don't need the like it's the only terminal that you have, right? You know, like if we look at his the actions that they have in play, did he really need that plus action? I don't know. It was just very weird to me.
last turn they were short 2 actions, but they traded one of their peasants and they trashed the scavenger.
Is it mean if I want to
So
compliment on not putting the token on Taxman? Oh, this is a nice hand for Folivoro.
maybe.
Yeah. I think you pick up the teacher now. Is that the only peasant that Element Mario has?
And the only gold.
Wait. What did they put in hand? Oh, they put the gold in hand. Oof, I don't know if I like that because now you delay another turn of teacher.
You do have 2 disciples, though. They're gaining cards very quickly.
Yeah, I guess
Pretty
that's
nicely.
fine. Yeah, it's probably fine.
You can decide here if they want to archive away
Oh, well,
something.
you can actually, right? If there's only one card, you just put that card into hand.
Oh, right. So they would have. Okay, yeah. There's no way then to make that work.
Yeah. They're being very successful at making me get tired before playing. I think it's just a big grand plan, you know? It's the long con. Like they know they're gonna play Tracer, they see Tracer watching. Yeah, expanding brain. I like these plunders. I think. Um, yeah. Yeah, the plunders are a little bit underwhelming. I don't mind them. It mostly feels like these type of buys end up just adding extra turns to the game. Yeah, plus buy on the encampments would be really nice. Can M pile out? I don't think so. It's still quite short on games, I think. I don't think they have enough buys either. Last turn
They have a peasant and 2 disciples, so potentially they can gain 2 more disciples.
so they have 3 peasants and they have 2 disciples. So that's 3 buys, 5 peasants, and then so they could theoretically pile.
It's they get another buy for every peasant they gain 2.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so
So
they,
it's
I don't know if they have enough actions to support it, but it's certainly within the realm of possibility.
yeah, Folivor can't touch plunders or peasants here really, which is sad.
Well, I think you definitely play the teacher. He might be thinking about enhancing the teacher to province, but it's kind of, I don't know. I don't like having plus action on peasant and plus card on shepherd as my like final teacher state. I mean like you have 4 peddlers, so it would be nice to put plus coin on peddler. Um, I can see that happening. It, I,
And
I've seen it happen before.
yeah, if you go back about 7 weeks to a quarantine cup, I myself screwed up. I piled out with a lead and I forgot and I clicked end turn exchange and my peasants went back to the pile and the game continued for another turn. Luckily, I had a big enough lead that they weren't able to catch up, but it was a very questionable play, I guess. Now, this seems like it should not be that hard.
So he has chosen death. Okay.
The only thing is the camp. You have to hit a gold. Okay, they found the gold. If they didn't find the gold, it could have been hard.
Yeah, and like Element Mario doesn't even need to buy any green cards this turn. Ooh. Though this is a little bit bad. This still wins, right? No. Disciple Peasant is oh yeah, that doesn't win. Yeah. That only gives you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 buys. He didn't take Disciple, yeah, but if he took Disciple, it wouldn't have won anyways.
Yeah, I assume they're just gonna score a bunch.
I mean, you can always just lower it like you can always just pile out next turn. If you can't fully pile out now, I can totally understand not like trying to like leave it at 1 or something like that. Um, no, there wasn't enough draws. I think. Uh, Maybe there was a win actually. They had 2 peasants, a disciple in hand. So if you disciple a peasant, then it's down to 5, and you have 1, 2, 3, 4 buys. Yeah, so I don't think it was enough to pile. It's okay. I mean, Element Mario is basically 1, I think, unless something really strange happens.
Probably looking to disciple the peasant. I'm not sure why they played it in that order though, because they're not going to be able to draw back this peasant.
Yeah.
And now they're thinking about enhanced lines potentially.
Plus buy on peddlers. Um, I believe you. I believe you for sure. I will not math it out, but I believe anything that spectators tell me. Let's see.
Bolivar sees it now too, so they're asking to go back.
Go black.
Well,
Okay.
any consideration for the castle there?
I think Duchy is just better. Tracer
I don't
has the
really see the
first.
game go two
That's a
turns.
lie. I typed Tracer out of confusion. That was rude.
Yeah, so all Omar needs to do is get to 10 money in 5 buys, or I guess 8 money in 4 buys, which I believe they have in hand.
Yeah. Folio. Okay. I was waiting for the resign because like I was getting a little bit concerned that the resign was never coming. So it seems right now that it's going to be Xyrix versus Apostoloso Ruler, and then Tracer versus Element Mario. Hooray, the finals. Let's hope that all the players can play. And we will spectate whoever has their table and ready first. Looks like Xyrix. Wow, is the E Honda versus Nerdbound game still going on? Let's see. It's been at least 3 hours now, right? Oh, so for spectators, we are at the Xyrix and Apostoloso ruler. Oh, sorry.
I always assumed the name was Roman numerals, and it was actually 10, you're 9. You're saying it's Xyrix?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
It's only game 5, but then they start at 1 o'clock. Sorry, some UTC time. Oh wow. Okay, maybe I'll get to watch a part of it. 1 Eastern. There we go. Thank you, Mike. Mick. Oh my gosh, it's been a long day for me.
That was 3 hours and 24 minutes ago for people watching this on YouTube.
Yeah. The sport looks a little bit weak in that there's no draw. Whoa, I heard my name. Sorry, I heard my voice echo. Um, mysteriously echo. Okay, it's gone down now. Oh, no worries. Apostoloso ruler was listening into his own commentary. Very scandalous. Okay, so there's a few combinations I see here. By few, I mean capital crypt is sort of a thing, but you don't play with it here because draw is too weak, I think. I think you have to play with legionary and gold here because, you know, that's such a strong attack on this board. You do play with crypt and capital. I mean, I can see with playing with crypt. I don't know about capital. Well, I like crypt. I don't. Do you get the capital? It just seems a little bit. Yeah, I can see that. I don't think it's a native village megaturn thing, just because. I mean,
Off production and plus buy is difficult to come by.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I guess you could try to do like a native village capital megaturn. It doesn't. It's not super inspiring to me. I think it's just money-ish with a little bit of crypt, a little bit of capital, and some legionary because hand size attack certainly does hurt. I don't know how good Outpost is here. Mainly because like on your Outpost turns, you're not gonna see a lot of cards. Yeah, I'm not feeling too great about the outpost. Like, unless you hit 5, I guess you can pick up some sentries, which is okay. There just doesn't seem to be a lot of good cantrips that I want. I agree with Steph that it mainly seems like an ambassador thing and trying to get, deck control. I don't know if I'd like not returning 2 coppers to get a farming village. Mostly because I don't think you need that many terminals. But maybe if you're like limited on econ right now and you only have like $6, that's why Zyrex kept the coppers. It's hard to junk them for sure. I think at some point you want to kill your second ambassador. Like if Zyrex's sentry sees one now, like I would probably kill this ambassador. I don't think you need 2 anymore. Yeah, that looks okay. I would have killed the ambassador. But this is probably fine too. I just mostly don't think you need the ambassador. I like having one transmogrify here.
Yeah, you can. Once you're clean, you can turn the ambassadors into something, and you can use it for some late game shenanigans with provinces and golds,
Mm-hmm.
centuries.
This native village thing is pretty bad to me. I think I want a legionary now, and maybe try to hit gold next turn.
They could have hit gold last turn if they wanted to, but they preferred to attack.
Yeah, I mean attacking is very reasonable. It just I don't see any other good options here. Uh, like the crypt is really bad going into your outpost turn because if you see it, you're gonna see it with like 2 cards, 2 treasures at maximum. So you could return this ambassador. I can certainly get behind that because don't keeps the estate. I guess he's
Got
gonna
it.
return it. No, I like returning the ambassador there. I really don't think you need to at this point. Like, especially with Sentry, like, it's not as hard to, like, keep up with junking. So, I don't know.
Especially when your opponent has already trashed one of their ambassadors.
Yeah. I definitely want the gold now.
Okay. And Tracer has won their
What?
game.
It's been like 3 minutes.
23 turns.
Wait, 23 turns?
Ah.
Oh, wow.
So this game's going to go on for quite a bit longer.
All right. Maybe a Tracer can be a 5th-time Quarantine Cup champion. And
Tracer
like
has also defeated Element Mar-Io.
Mar-Io? Oh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go with the first match result. I'm betting the name Tracer is the one that's invalid. Maybe they have to replay their match. Okay, well let's see what happens with Zyrex and Apostoloso Ruler. Yeah, it's probably money, like Delve money or something. But 23 turns sounds a little bit fast for Delve money. I really don't like keeping 2 ambassadors around. They just take up so much space in your hand, and I don't know. They just don't serve as much of a purpose at this point.
Yeah, I'd really like to be getting to Legionary and Gold.
Yeah, I'd kill those. Yeah, I'd kill finally. The ambassador is dead. Also, why is Apostoloso Ruler 6 in debt? I guess they bought a gold. Okay, they bought a legionary native village. Oh, wait, what? For sure. Last turn, they should have killed the outpost to gold. That sounds really good. Like I don't think this outpost does much. I mean, it helps a little bit if you're in debt, and it gives you like a little bit of a turn to pay off your debt. But yeah, I like the outpost to gold there, and then attack with legionary. Sounds great. I could see in second legionary. Oh, okay. Crypt is also good.
Yeah, the crypt is nice with capital. It's also nice for making sure your gold sees more hands to line up with legionary.
Yeah.
Um, and we agree with Steph. I think more sentries is good for cycling, and there's still some cleanup they both need to do of their decks. And you know, a Paso Losa ruler has a bunch of native villages, which are not super nice to see all the time.
So I don't think I would play with 3 native villages, but it's nice a little bit to like set aside provinces that you see with Sentry. Um, yeah, I can see having one, though I think I would just prefer no native village. Like in my dream world, it sounds nice and it might work out. I'd kill this ambassador now.
I would have considered killing the silver. Um, maybe it's a little early for that.
Yeah, I could see killing the silver too. I mean, if you only have 1 silver in your deck, it's basically a gold. So I don't mind keeping the silver.
I'd just rather have the gold with the legionary or capital for the extra money.
Legionary says it's not a gold at all. That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, I think you should take another gold here. I think you skipped Native Village and yeah.
And I'm not even sure. I'm pretty sure legionaries were paid in salt. If we have any historians in the chat who can confirm that.
Legionaries are paid in salt?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the case. Salt was very valuable.
What is a legionary?
Okay. Wandering Winter says it's a common myth that I'm propagating across YouTube, and it's fake news, and I'm terrible.
Oh no, I'm gonna have to censor that part out on my channel. It's actually Pepper? Really? I feel like Mick is
That's
likely trolling. It seems like a very Mick thing to do. Yeah, I don't know. Another crypt. Mick is always serious, of course. Mick is worth his salt. I think.
According to my thought, that expression comes from the fact that you describe a Roman legionary as being worth their salt.
So I think you keep both cards on top, draw the sentry, and then you're guaranteed to see the legionary. But I think from Xyrex's perspective, he might want to play the legionary and the actually no, you just need to play the outpost, right? And you can top deck a legionary, set aside a gold with crypt.
Yeah,
and then attack next turn. I think I like that a little bit more. Yeah, I think you should have done that. Because if the concern is wanting to attack, then you will be able to do that next turn. Capital! Exciting. This is a bad hand for Apo. Is it Apo? Does anyone know?
I'm assuming the word it's apostolo so ruler because that's how apostle would be pronounced in English. But since they're not,
ruler. I believe you.
They're from Greece, I believe. The pronunciation could be quite a bit different.
Yeah. Well, congrats to Xyrex and Tracer. I will tag them in.
Have either of these two won a quarantine cup in the past?
They've won one.
I'm looking. It does not look like either of these two have won. Tracer has won 4 quarantine cups.
So then it's clear to me who we should all cheer for, and that is Zyrex. No bias at all. Let him take his first crown. Let's see. What is on this board? There is buy, draw, weak trashing, and village. So there's definitely, it's like an interesting board. There's, wow, that's a very colorful ban list and dislike list. It seems very unique. A very giant set of cards. Someone has disliked Mandarin. And someone has disliked Counting House. Okay. Interesting.
That's just I want to play interesting games, and often those cards are useless.
Yeah, remodel is definitely. I like remodel. I don't know if I would open with it. I think I'd still prefer opening with Shepherd. Certainly, this is a nice hand for Zyrex because it means that he's more likely to collide his Shepherd with more states. Poorhouse, I don't think so. It's seems bad. I mean, it's something you can remodel into, but like then you have to try to get rid of all of your coppers, and that seems a little bit hard to do. Remodel certainly also works really nice with Fortress, so that's definitely an upside.
And sad, the Swashbuckler is the bottom card of the deck here.
Oh, I think it'll be fine. The Ghost Town. Zyrex spotted Ghost Town last turn, so
less sad then.
Yeah, less sad.
It's sad until you remember.
Yeah. I think I want this remodel now. I don't want the Ghost Town, I think.
At some point, you're going to have to get a remodel and probably an herbalist as well. At least a remodel.
Yeah. I don't think you ever buy the herbalist here. You just remodel into one. Tracer is probably thinking about if he triggers anything into the shuffle with the remodel. Or he might be thinking about just not playing the Swashbuckler. I think I like, remodeling Copper to Estate and then buying Ghost Town here. Yeah, I like that play. I think Tracer is definitely ahead. I think I don't like the Herbalist. I think I would have killed Estate there into like Blessed or something. I'm not that concerned about having so many estates. The Herbalist mainly seems a little bit underwhelming.
It seems that they're often drawing deck and having 9 money, so the herbalist is nice in terms of having.
Well, the remodel Swashy interaction is kind of cute, but I think
offers.
Yeah. Tracer, this is certainly favored right now. I could just see stopping here and, remodeling into Estate and buying second Ghost Town. Yeah, Herbalist is okay too. I feel like Herbalist is a little bit early, but maybe that's just me. Oh, Shepherd also has a nice interaction with Swashbuckler. Yeah, okay. Thank you for solidifying my thoughts, Steph. But I mean, like the Herbalist might work out. It just feels like I want to buy like more Swashbucklers, more Fortresses, and like I don't have enough econ to support the bide. Yeah, the treasure. Oh, sorry.
Neither of them have fortresses yet.
Yeah.
And each of them have one swashbuckler.
I feel like this Herbalist is like a fancy copper right now. Like you can take the Herbalist at any time. This is not a great hand for Zyrex. I want a Swashbuckler, which means I'm gonna spend a coffer to do so.
Yeah, they do know that they have a swashbuckler coming up at the bottom part of the deck, so that may sway their thinking that they have one next turn, but they certainly need to get more draw.
Yeah, they're also really short on econ right now. So economy is easy to get-ish, but not that easy. Apostoloso ruler says WTF. Oh yeah, you can remodel Fortress to gold. That's true.
And Tracer has 2 golds in exile already, so they're looking to be in front
Of the
in that
econ
respect.
race, yeah. I think if Tracer duds here, okay, which she does, and it's a bad dud because you're forced to buy a ghost town here. You don't have any villages down there, so you buy the ghost town. I don't think you spend your coffer to buy an estate. The good news is that you're gonna have a nice swashy turn probably. I am happy to blame the herbalist.
If that herbalist was instead another estate, I think the result would have been the same, though.
Yeah. T. Um, I don't know what that means. Um, oh, this is going to be a nice top deck for Zyrex. Not clear to me what you buy. You might buy the gold. Oh, well, you don't have any in exile. I think I want a another draw card, so that means another swashbuckler. The nice thing is that if you see your swashbucklers earlier, then you're more likely to activate it with Shepherd. Because if they're near the bottom half of your deck, once you draw a bunch of cards to Shepherd, it's going to be hard to get any kind of coffers. So I would take the Swashbuckler. That means also playing Herbalist as a way of the camel. More remodels.
I'm not quite sure what the plan is with the extra remodel.
Piles are low-ish. It's just a little bit weird, I think. I think Tracer is still definitely ahead. I wonder if Tracer will play all 4 ghost towns. Like maybe he will only play 3 or something, which is possible.
I would expect to only play 3.
Yeah, 3 is reasonable, I think. Well, if you top deck the 2 estates, you can't remodel the fortress.
You can remodel the fortress here into another remodel.
You trigger the shuffle. So there's like 3 estates down there, and you can trigger the shuffle to top deck 2.
And if you could get something where you remodeled the fortress into Shepherd, played the fortress to draw, you could potentially guarantee a nice next draw, but we're short on actions.
And take an estate here, yeah, that's reasonable.
So if you remodel first, you can get a coffer,
Mm-hmm.
or you can find your Shepherd and do it that way.
Ooh, 3 golds. Now you can actually start using Herbalist Buy.
Yeah, and modeling golds into provinces.
Yeah, that seems reasonable. I could also see taking like a building a little bit more, so maybe something like double swashbuckler and a fortress is reasonable. Oh, you know what's kind of cute? You can like always top deck a pasture. If you feel like you want to top deck green, you can top deck a pasture for your shepherd draw. That's kind of cute.
Yeah, it's just a struggle to necessarily find the pasture, to find the shepherds,
Yeah,
given all the green cards.
yeah. I certainly wouldn't actually want to do it. Like, I certainly wouldn't want to top deck the pasture, but if there was something like scheme or something or archive, it'd just be kind of cute.
And to have a turn here, Tracer needs to find um, basically 4 out of 19 cards, which is the 3 shepherds or the swashbuckler, and was not, unfortunately, not able to do it. But even a dud turn ends up greening.
Tracer has a. Oh, why are you not discarding with shepherd? I think I do want the coffer. Maybe like if you're trying to maximize draw, that's the way to go. But yeah, that's definitely reasonable. If you're trying to maximize draw, you play the swashbuckler first. Um, you're certainly not like guaranteed to draw cards, so I don't think I'm remodeling the fortress. It'd just be remodel gold to province.
And then
Province duchy. It might even just be double province at this point because you're so behind. I can see that happening. Yeah, because I don't think you're winning if you don't take double province.
You just know fairly sure that Tracer is likely to have a pretty good turn based on not having seen any of the draw cards the previous turn.
I think we will see an incoming resign. I don't know. It's either resign or maybe. Yeah, there we go. Well, congratulations to Tracer and congrats to Zyrex for making it all the way to the finals. Thank you everyone for coming this week. Thanks Seanahan for commentating, and we will see you guys all next week.
Yeah, thanks Truffles, and thanks everybody. Should be a fun week next week. I'll get to play. So
yeah, have a good day, everyone.